Stoke City 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. That's how it's finished today in a pre-season friendly away from home. It's the first proper friendly for Wolves, really. We've had a couple of games out in Portugal, albeit shorter halves. A few more players added to the squad. This is the team how Wolves started on the screen now. Notable absences probably Jose Sarr, still injured at the moment. Santiago Bueno said to be ill. That's why he's out of the squad. But Jean-Ric de Bellegarde having to start the game at left wing back. He played the entirety of the first half in that position. Front three, we saw the first real proper glimpse of Fer Lopez alongside Strand Larsen. Manetzi playing there as well. Keanu Hoover as well playing the majority of the game in either right wing back, or he slotted in at right centre back for a little bit as well. Other absences, Enzo Gonzalez and Yerson Mosquera, both still not ready. Fabio Silva not ready as well. Slow. It wasn't a classic. Don't get me wrong. I think it's probably one of the most forgettable games we're likely to see this year. To be honest, real slow start. I think throughout the game. I mean, if you didn't watch the game and you just looked at the match stats, you could see how little Wolves threatened the Stoke goal, which is a little bit frustrating. I think we needed to just add a little bit more going forward, a little bit more bite in that final third. Something I don't think Manetzi probably offers enough when you're in those games against the weaker opposition, where Wolves are obviously the stronger team. Fer Lopez looked bright though. I think Wolves fans will be encouraged with his performance in the first half. Good link-up play, looked quite sharp. Probably had one of the better opportunities for Wolves in the first half, playing off the right-hand side. Nice little sharp turn inside on the edge of the area and curled one towards goal. And the keeper was at full stretch. It wasn't far away really. Wolves did go 1-0 behind though just before the half-time whistle off a set piece. I think Wolves probably need to defend it better. However, there's question marks over a potential offside. It went back towards goal. I think one of their players sort of flicked it past Dan Bentley, who started in goal. So again, it was a very, very close offside. I think without all the camera angles and so on, you probably can't tell for definite. But again, it's just not something that I'm going to lose sleep over. With it being a pre-season friendly. Second half, Wolves looked a little bit better. Again, started off pretty slowly, but around the 60-minute mark where we made changes, Wolves added a lot more energy. Hugo Bueno came on at half-time at left wing back to allow Bellegarde to come in on the middle, with Andre coming off. Saw Rodrigo Gomez come on at the 60-minute mark, alongside Hwang, Gedge, Sasha Kalajdzic, among others as well. And around that point, you saw Wolves almost shift to sort of like a hybrid 4 at the back / 5 at the back. When Rodrigo Gomez came on at right wing back, he was playing really high. Keanu Hoover sat in at right centre back for a little bit, but almost playing as a right back. So it was, when we're in possession and attacking, almost like a back 4. And in the end, we got a goal. Like I said towards the start, we didn't threaten Stoke enough. But the first time, in my opinion, we played the nice little quick, sharp football on the edge of the Stoke area. We went and with ourselves a penalty. It was Kalajdzic, it was Hwang. Nice little movement. Hwang bursts into the area and he's pulled back. I don't think there's a hell of a lot of contact there. I think Hwang's done extremely well to win the penalty. But as soon as the referee gives it, Hwang's adamant that he wants to take it. I think Sasha had a word with him. Even João Gomez said, are you taking this? And Hwang did. He did miss. It wasn't the best penalty in the world, but he's in the right place for the rebound and put that in to make it 1-1. And hopefully that gives Hwang that little bit of confidence. We all know Hwang is a confidence player. Again, I don't think the penalty was brilliant, but hopefully now he's got that goal. Can build on that throughout this pre-season. It finished 1-1 in the end. Like I said, the little bit of concern to me. I don't think Stoke threatened us a lot at all, to be honest. So I think that you could take that as a positive. I felt, especially in the first half, they pressed quite well and we were a little bit sloppy at the back. Agbadu and Totti at times, two players you think might be okay on the ball. Doc looks fine. Totti, we know, has it in him, and Agbadu showed it maybe once every 2 or 3 games last season, but there was a couple of times where they just looked a little bit sloppy in defence on that left-hand side. Grew into the game, of course, but Stoke threatened very little, to be completely honest, but we didn't threaten them enough either. So I think obviously you add John Arias into the team, it might look a little bit different. Fer Lopez looked promising, but I think Fosun, if they're watching that game, there's still areas that need to be strengthened. Stoke are a week ahead of us in terms of their pre-season schedule. You know, they kick off their league campaign 2 weeks today. Wolves are an extra week on top of that. I think next week is really where you want to start judging the club and where we are as a team. We've got the game Wednesday, but I think next week in Girona will be a big test because you're just under a fortnight away from the campaign kicking off then, and that's where you want to see the progress and want to see where you are. But we are 3 pre-season games in. It's 2 draws and a defeat so far. Of course, it's not the be-all and end-all. If you're going to make mistakes, you want them to happen now to iron them out before the start of the league season. But you want that winning mentality. You want that momentum going into a new season. And we just haven't quite seen it as of yet. But interesting to see how we move and how we go. And if there's any movements this season, this week, before Wednesday as well. But another productive afternoon, I would say. It'd be interesting to see what Vitor Pereira thinks after the game as well. And hopefully we see some movement on the transfer window as well this week. If you managed to catch the game, guys, do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one.